Hey, what's up, y'all? It's another episode of Timeout with Coach Kam. And this week, we've had so much go on. I've been excited. People have been writing me on Facebook saying, I know you're going to talk about this. I know you're going to talk about that. It seemed like every hour on the hour something was happening. So we're excited to be here. Of course, Ash Nicole is with me. So she will definitely be here with me and be a part of the show and give her takes as well. I'm gonna hop straight into it because, like I said, we got so much. We've had. I'm gonna jump right into it. Colin Kaepernick. Okay. He had a tryout in Atlanta yesterday. It came out earlier in the week that he was having this tryout and that he and several NFL teams were going to show and be interested in possibly signing Colin Kaepernick. My take on this: NFL has got to prove me wrong. They have to prove me wrong. So we're coming out week 11 of the 2019 year, randomly, just coming out the blue. We're going to hold a tryout camp for Colin Kaepernick. First of all, where does this come from? So we're hearing that Roger Goodell has something to do with it. We're hearing Jay-Z has something to do with this. And from the start of this, and when Jay-Z signed that deal, for the Super Bowl, Rock Nation doing the Super Bowl, it was kind of awkward to me. I'm not here to say what a person's intentions are. That's not what I'm here to do, because I don't know what his intentions are. Like I say, he does a lot of good for the community, a lot of good for people. But it was just weird to me, because he told Travis Scott not to do the Super Bowl. But then a year later, or months later, you turn around and sign a deal with the NFL to do the Super Bowl? That's weird to me. Now, my thing is this. This troll tryout was nothing but smoke and mirrors. If teams wanted to sign Colin Kaepernick, they had the opportunity to do so for the last 2 or 3 years. So why is it that we have to hold a private tryout for this man, for him to even get a job? I'm going to name you some of the starting quarterbacks in 2018. You tell me if he's better than these quarterbacks. Some of these quarterbacks before last year, I've never heard of. And I've watched a lot of football. College, NFL, Canadian. Some of these names. Last year, starting quarterback, C.J. Beathard. Who was he? Nathan Peterman, Mr. 5 interceptions and a half. Mark Butt Fumble Sanchez started some games last season. Jeff Driscoll, he started for the Lions this year and started for us last year. Awful. Matt Barkley, awful. Brock Osweiler, I call him, he is a criminal, because he was stealing money from the Texans as well as the Dolphins. Josh Johnson, awful. Derek Anderson, awful. Nick Mullins. Nick Mullins? Who is he? Sound like he fixed computers. Chase Daniels, who has been a career backup, who backed up, Drew Brees for the Saints, and also backed up, I believe, Mitch Trubisky. He's fine with just collecting checks as a backup. He doesn't care. So you telling me all these quarterbacks started in 2018 and Colin Kaepernick is not better than any of them? So why is it taking this tryout, this workout, for him to get a job? This was a PR stunt. Nothing more than a PR stunt. And Kaepernick knew it. That's why he changed the venue. That's why he changed the venue at the last minute. All he said was, I want transparency. I want transparency in the process. I don't want you to control the complete narrative of what happens in this tryout. NFL is that NFL, they can say anything. So he wanted some of his media guys there to be fair. I don't blame him. All these quarterbacks that's been playing, even this year, Luke Falk. Come on, man. This was nothing more than smoke and mirrors in my eyes. And then the NFL can always say now, since he kind of pushed back a little bit, wanted to do things his way, now the NFL can say, see, this is why we don't want to sign him. This is why we don't want to sign him. So this was an out for them. And so when they question Jay-Z, they can say, man, we tried. We tried to get him a tryout, and he wanted to do things his way. This was BS from the start. Nobody's going to sign Colin Kaepernick, no matter how good he did in those workouts yesterday. This was a PR stunt to save face for the NFL. And it's disgusting. You're not going to fool me. I can see right through it. Just wanted to say, hey, you know what? We tried to give him a chance. We're not blackballing him. We opened our arms. But nobody was going to sign Colin Kaepernick. This is all smoke and mirrors. Prove me wrong, NFL. Prove me wrong and sign a quarterback that deserves to be in the league. You can't tell me he's not one of the 64 best quarterbacks in the world. You can't tell me that. With some of the names I just named off here, you can't tell me that. Now, I'm hopping straight into it. We sticking with football here. Myles Garrett. We all know what happened Thursday night. It was the waning seconds of the game. This incident should have never happened. Obviously, we know what happened. Myles Garrett just straight clubbed Mason Rudolph over the head with his own helmet. I've seen several opinions on this. I've seen where, people say Mason Rudolph should get suspended.
And he should.
Why?
He started it.
He started it.
Yes, he was pulling his helmet first, and he kicked him somewhere.
Okay, we can say we kicked him in the private.
And then he came charging after him. What do you expect?
Okay. This is my rebuttal to you for that. Now, I get it. You're saying Mason Rudolph charged. He did. He did try to remove the helmet. He wasn't successful. I got an unpopular opinion. And I know people are going to be like, what? Huh? They were right by not suspending Mason Rudolph a game and just fining him. And here is why. Skirmishes, helmet tugs and pulls, poking other eyes, hit each other in the helmet, that happens every week. It happens every week. The reason why suspensions are even handed out now is because Myles Garrett want to club this man upside the head with the helmet. I'm going to ask you a question, audience. If Myles Garrett don't hit Mason Rudolph in the head with the helmet, is anybody suspended today? Nope. We just having a whole bunch of fines handed out. And that's why I say they got it correct, and Mason Rudolph should not have been suspended. He should have just been fined. Because you know what? Skirmishes, tussles, and little wrestling matches happen every week in the NFL. But no one is actually clubbing anybody over the head with a helmet, which could have been dangerous, by the way. Say if he hits him in the wrong spot, could have put the man in a coma. I'm not saying he should be charged for anything. No, I'm not. But by law, it's assault. You can't do this. And if you're a coach out there, especially a youth league coach who commits this, bruh, hang your badge up. Turn in your whistle. Because you don't need to be leading our kids. Because this is unacceptable. And it's not like Myles Garrett has been an angel here, or has been a great citizen. Week 1. I'm just talking about this season alone. Week 1. Fined $10,500 for punching Delaney Walker for the Titans. Week 2. Fined $42,000 for an ugly roughing the passer helmet-to-helmet hit on Trevor Siemian, which knocked him out cold. And he has had 5 personal fouls, whether it's roughing the passer, late hits, unsportsmanlike. Come on, bro. You acting like you a Dominican Sue out there, or a little Burfict. There's no room in the NFL for that at all. And I know I asked you, like, you know, what Mason Rudolph, should get suspended. And I understand that he wasn't perfect in this at all. The only thing I didn't like about Mason Rudolph, don't come out and say like it's Bush League.
Yeah, but don't blame the victim either.
No, I agree with that because, like I said, he started it. You know, he was punching, grabbing private. He was coming after him. But people say Mason Rudolph started it. But you know what started it? Okay, I've thrown the ball. Then it was obviously he threw the ball away. Myles Garrett tried to tackle him, didn't get him down. And then you're wrestling him and slamming him down, being extra. Come on, man. The ball was gone. You know the ball. Don't give me that the defensive player didn't know if the ball was gone. The ball was gone. He was thirsty for a sack bonus and was being extra. So Mason Rudolph like, man, get the heck up off of me. And plus, Myles Garrett, it's a quarterback, for crying out loud. What cool points do you get? They're one of the softest players on the field outside of the kickers. So not only do you tug this man's helmet once, you pick him up by his helmet. That's the second time. The third time you tug him. The fourth time you tug his helmet off. Who not gonna charge you? You done snatched me up by my helmet, snatched it off? Who not gonna charge you? And then you club him upside the head with the helmet. Everybody know once the helmets come off, it's an unreal rule in the NFL. Because first of all, it's a brotherhood, and everybody trying to get back to their families after this game because you never know what happened. So for him to do that, it's just disappointing, man. It's disappointing because Myles Garrett is a heck of a football player. He's a Pro Bowl, all-pro caliber player. But you know what? When we say Myles Garrett's name from here on out, we're going to think about him clubbing Mason Rudolph in the head with the helmet. And that's the sad part about this, is that a great player like Myles Garrett will always be scrutinized because of this. Coming up next, we will have our new segment, the penalty box, right after this timeout.
I didn't get the headset. I cannot hear you in my headset. Like, it was awful.
I don't know why you can't hear me.
What?
You're not plugged up.
I am. It's over there.
You're not plugged into that.
I took it out, asshole. It was like scratchy, like it kept going in and out. I need that one for like the headset thing.
Okay.